All right, so talking about using the lat grip in a ton of different contexts. So this video is going to be short on technical details and very long on conceptual frameworks. So if my partner's on their back and I'm in mountain. So one of the places where I started understanding this position a little bit better was setting up the mounted guillotine. And a lot of times when we think of throwing in a guillotine, we think about getting our hand under the chin. We're in such a hurry to get our hand in place. So as we wrap, we put our hand in, and if you notice, my hand is very shallow, and it can be really hard to get a finish from here, right? Because I put my hand in early. The other thing that happens that's going to be super important later is that when I get my hand, in order to get my hand in quick, my hips have to leave, right? So you can see that I'm hollowing out my body to get depth with my hand. So when I'm setting up a mounted guillotine, a lot of what I do is hide my shoulder deep behind their neck and keep my hand hidden. So I don't want my hand to be somewhere where it can get grabbed. I want it hiding. Then I can really engage my rib cage across their face. When I'm ready, I pop up, drop in, pop down, and I'm finishing up much deeper because I took the time to get my body mechanics correct. All right? So then when we look at from the feet, we have a guy who trains with us. His name's Kieran. He's a black belt in judo, and he wrestled at a collegiate level. And he's phenomenal. If you watch what he does, as guys shoot, like a double leg or whatever, he grabs that lat grip over the top. Typically, he'll just let himself get exposed, right? So he'll give up back exposure as long as he still has the grip in place. So now, when Cody goes to lift me up, he laces the leg so the lift's prevented. So wrap around my waist and lift. And just this lace makes things very difficult, right? So this is a good position where I can kind of let my partner work a little bit and mess with their grip. And at the same time, from this position, I have a ton of options. So with the lat grip and the leg bind, sometimes they'll try to go in for a big lift, and I'll just pull enough on their leg to get them off balance and bring them back. So that can be very common, right? Just using the bind with enough strength that they'll throw themselves backwards. But if I'm on the vine and I'm not getting the look I want, I can disconnect the vine, hop my foot into place, pull their torso over my leg, and chop through on the throw, right? So if you watch Kieran's high school wrestling highlight, he does that 12 billion times. So vine to chop. I can also, as this is happening, so Cody doesn't want to get vined, he backs his hips away. Now I can turn back. Now I can wrap more standard front headlock. So we're here, he backs his hips away. I can drop down and standing switch. He drops his hips away. I can turn and Grammy through. So because I've got this grip, because I got this control, I can do a lot of cool stuff. Vine, step across, and move away. So, man, that grip seems like it has a lot of utility, right? So that's cool. So then we look at being on bottom. And I'm underneath side control, side control, side control. So same thing. A lot of times we try to get this arm to an underhook. So we have to fight a very difficult battle. And then when we get our arm and we're losing the underhook, we feel exposed. I don't need to worry about that exposure so much. I can hide on this side of the head as long as I reach across and compress the lat. Now, Dave Porter is a great instructor, great black belt, and has done this to me live in competition like 10 billion times. So this move's really stuck with me, and it's become a huge part of how I escape side control. I roll my arm under, I extend, I chop down, and hit the angle through for the harpoon sweep. And what I've found is, for me, reaching up and connecting is very strong, as opposed to just being here over the head. And then also, from this same look where I've got the lat and I'm turned in, I can come up on my elbow and press in with my chest. Now I'm just gonna kick up, elbow pit to knee pit, lock in, and there's a buggy look. right? So this same press, that if his head goes down and his hips go up, I go harpoon. If he slides his hips back to try to keep away from the harpoon, then I get on my side, I kick into place, I catch, and I finish the buggy, right? And I got little baby legs, so I don't have to triangle them very often. So cool, I can use this position from bottom side control. So now, similar look again. So I said at the outset that when I'm attacking a mounted guillotine, I put my hand in last. I control the position. So if Cody just shoots a standard double leg, and I catch his head with the hand in, to get the hand in underneath the chin, my hips have to go back and create space. That can actually make it very easy for them to chop my knee, to hop over to the side control. So like the standard, run your hips away, boom, 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 and I kind of end up here. Which, no worries, I'll take my hand back out and get the lat and run through that side control stuff. But what if I want to skip past that step? So I'm here, and I grab the lat and hip in. Now I can be in a strong body position while still having this control. If he runs around to the back, then I've got the vine to the throw. If he stays in front of me, then I can sprawl and then put my hand in. So we're here, I sprawl with the lat grip, then my hand wraps. That's a lot nastier look. And for MMA, right, in wrestling, our hands should always be our first line of defense. So our hands and our head should always be here, keeping them out, right? So as they shoot, we want to get hands in and sprawl. But in MMA, we got to throw. We got to be able to strike. Nobody strikes from here. So I have to realize that if I want to throw with confidence, that sometimes they're going to get to my hips. So as I throw with confidence and they get to my hips, once again, it's going to be hard to suck back, wrap the neck clean, and get everything in. You see a lot of guys systematically shoot, allow people to guillotine them, and then beat the guillotine. Khabib's very good at it. Zach Makovsky put out a whole instructional on it. So to short circuit that whole thought process, I throw, and I'm still strong with my hips. So now this is a tougher finish. Now I've got all this game I can play in here. So, cool, let's take it one last place. So we'll start from butterfly guard, but this almost works from any guard. So same thing. As opposed to being in front, head below my opponent's head. For MMA, high head's always a goal anyway. So getting up here is great. But same thing, if I shoot the hand in, my hips have to move back. Now I have to win this position. If I keep strong, now I can press and move around and guide everything, and then slide in when I'm ready. So by moving up into this lat position, I'm good. If my partner jumps away from their head, very standard, now I've got all the harpoon buggy looks, or I can just alley-oop hip hop hooray my hand and turn down and use a turtle escape, right? So I can chain that to my wrestling. So I'm here, they jump away. So now we got looks, right? If they jump over towards their arm, so if they jump towards where I've got the grip, now I can either hip heist through, or a lot of times what I'll do is they'll jump the shoulder so they can look at the head and arm choke, right? So we're in butterfly, and I reach, and they smell the head and arm, right? So boom, yes, they wrap up. So now he jumps towards the head and arm, clears the legs, he's feeling good. I drop my shoulder down, keep working towards the head and arm. Keep working towards the head and arm. I just keep pressure with my shoulder and roll them through. So when I have this lat grip, I like to just hang out and chill. If they're lazy, I'll re-heist, and now I'm in front headlock, and now I can do whatever. Or from this same lat grip, as he jumps away, goes head and arm, boom. I'll let him drive, let him drive, let him drive. I'm just sagging and push him up and over. Backside darce, lots of different options. And then obviously, this entire time we've got great leg entanglement options. So we're here, especially if it goes up to the shoulder. Boom. Now I can pop through, kick into a more standard entanglement. just for Bendy and Katie. Boom. Or, so I went on the side that I was on and attacked. Or because my leg's already inside, I can go for this Connie Pasai look. Scoop everything up. Take my time to get the Vinny, because I'm a gangster like that. So really, this is just for 2 people in the world. This is for Bendy and Katie, but if anybody else has enjoyed this, I'm glad you're here with us now.